Hello everyone and welcome to Access Form Lab 3. To get started with this lab you need two files. You need Form Lab Form 3 instructions and you need Form 3 starting file. I'll go ahead and open both files side by side. Things that you should expect to learn in this lab: how to create advanced form and modify a form design. So looking at the first item that we will cover in this lab, we will construct a form that will display a customer number and their related car sale information. The top of the form should display the title and a combo box to select the customer number. Below the top of the form you need fields from table customer. What fields? You need first name, last name, area, and phone number. Also, you will have a subform that should display the make, model, color, price, miles, and sale date. So you need also calculated controls. We'll learn how to create and how to build calculated controls to show the number of cars and the sales total. Are you ready to get started? Great. Let's go ahead and open Form 3 starting file and save it as we usually do. So I will go ahead and do the same thing here. I will choose the location where I save my files. I will just remove starting file and it's called Form 3 and then click Save, Enable Content. So look in here, it says create a form design. So I will go to create, very straightforward, and then I will go to form design and wait. Let's go ahead and it says here click show all tables from the field list panel. Alright, so now sometimes when you open the form based on what you had opened last time, if you had property sheet you will see property sheet. If you need to switch to the add existing fields panel, you click on add existing fields. So click that, keep that in mind, and both of them are located under the design tab. So I will click on add existing fields and then I will click on show all tables and then I will expand table customer. So expand table customer and double click on first name, last name, area, and phone. So basically you will get everything except the customer ID. Great, perfect. So now what is next? Save the form as form customer. So I will go ahead and click on save and I will call it FRM customer. Alright, and then I will click on OK. What we have next here, now we need to change the first name caption. So I will go ahead and click inside first name. I will call that first name. That's the caption for the title, and then last name. Are we good on this one? Perfect. Now click the form selector in the design view and open the property sheet and then click all tab. So you need to click, where is the form selector? Here, this is it, and then you go to property and then property sheet and then click on all, and here keep in mind the caption here. You might want to use this caption. It's helpful to display a form nice formatted name. If you would like to practice, you can practice that, but this is not in the instructions. In the instructions it says click the all tab, so I already did, and then set the record source property to table customer. Where is the record source property? I have here, so you need to look records, first one here, first one. So record source, it says select something. Be careful because this is very important. Why? Because I will ask you to create a combo box in the future. So let's go ahead and I will show you. You don't have to practice that, but I will you don't have to actually do that in your solution, but I need to show you what will happen if I create a combo box and the default is, as you see here, select, which is a SQL command, but this is not what you need to worry about. I will show you something for just 1 minute and then I will go back to the lab instructions. Look, if I go to controls and then it choose I need a combo box, and then let's say I will put a combo box somewhere. Look what happened. Look how many options do I have. I have 1, 2. Keep that in mind. When I insert a combo box using the default source control, I get only 2 options. I will click cancel and then I will delete the combo box. You don't have to do that. I just needed you to make a point with you. So now let's go back to the lab. In the lab here it says click the selector. I already did. Set the record source property to table customer. So I will go to again, you select the form and then you go to the property sheet. You click on it and then click on all record source. Make sure that table customer is the one that is selected, and then you save and then close this panel. Okay, now what is next? Let's go ahead and move to the next step. Add a form title that says customers and table and total sales. So you need a form title. So where is the form title? You go to the design tab and then click on title, and in the title here make sure that you delete this box because you don't need it, and then change the title to display customers and total sales. So I will put customers here and exactly like I have it here, and total sales, right? And I have white space here. I don't need it, so I will go back here until I see the orange border, and then I will click and position it in a way. I don't need this extra space. Looks perfect now. Add a combo box now. Make sure that you auto fit. I already auto fit the contents. Okay, now what is next? It says add a combo box wizard in the header. What is a combo box wizard? Do you remember when I showed you how to insert a combo box? Now you should be able to do it on your own. But remember that I changed the source control. What will that make? Will that make a difference? Yes, instead of seeing 2 options, you will see 3 options. Let's see what will happen. So I will go here and then click on combo box, and then I will, in the header, you will insert the combo box in the header section. So I will come here and then click. Now I have 3 options, not 2 options. Why? Because I opened the property sheet and then I clicked on all tab, and then besides source control I choose what? Do you remember? Table customer. So I'm getting my data from a specific table. Find record based on the value selected in my combo box, and then click next. It says here then click next. It's add customer ID. So you click on customer ID and then click next twice. By the way, if you would like to change the width, you can double click and that will auto fit the contents of the customer ID. That's a good practice to do it, and I think it will make your form look nicer. It says here click twice and then call the label customer number. So you will come here and then call that customer number and click on finish. Now you can move that. If you click here, you can move it. If you click on this box as well, you can move it, and then now it looks much better. What do we have next? Avoid any overlapping. That's what I just did right now in the header section. Create a subform based on the table car and select the following fields. Insert a subform. How do we do that? Does anyone know? Do you remember when we created a form and the subform before? But that was using the wizard. Now we are getting a little bit advanced, using the design view to insert a subform. How? In the design tab, you go to controls and then click on subform. And once you click on subform, just click anywhere in here and then use existing table or queries. Click next, and then which table do I need to choose? It says in the instructions based on the table car. So table car is selected by default. What fields do I need? I need the make, I need the model, and then the color, and then the miles, and then price, and then sale date. Yes, and then go ahead and click on next. Check choose from a list. That's what we have, and then click on next. And then let's see, call the subform form sub car sale. So I will call that here FRM sub, and then car sale, and then I will click on finish. That's the last button I have. Then click finish. Remove the sub form label. So there's a label here. Do you see it? Click on it to select it, and then press delete. That will delete it. That will delete it. Okay. I already removed the sub form label. Right click the form sub car sale and choose subform in a new window. So right click, and then it choose. Do you see subform in a new window? No. So now what you need to do, make sure that you see the orange border, and then you go on the border and then right click. Now do you see subform in new window? I'm so glad I did the first one. So now you know what you really need to do to get the subform in a new window. So now you have the subform in a new window. What does that mean? You have access to all of the headers and the footers freely. You can do anything you want. Okay, what should you do after you do that? It says here, expand the footer section and insert a text box. So you go to the footer here, expand it, and then insert a text box. You go to control and then click on text box, and then click on a text box here. What we have to do in this text box, insert a text box, call the text box txt car total sale, then press tab. So how do we call the text? How do we give a name to the text box? Again, while the text box is selected, you click on property sheet, and then do you see the name here? That's the name that your text box will take. I will give it a name, txt, and then what? txt car total, txt car total sale, and then press tab. Once you press tab, you will go to the control source. In the control source, you type equals sum. Okay, this is a function in Access, and if you double click on the highlight, it will give you an open parenthesis, and then you type open square brackets, and then type price, which is a field that you would like to sum, and then close the square bracket, and then close the parenthesis. So if I press shift F2, that will open the zoom. That's basically what you need to have. Equals sum, open close parenthesis, open close square brackets, and then type price between the square brackets. Alright, it says here, after you do that, you click OK, of course, and then insert another text box. So you will close the property sheet so you have enough room. Remember the names. The names are very important for the text box. So text car sale count, sale, text car total sale, that's a very important name. Why? Because when you use this text box, or when you refer to this text box somewhere inside your application, you will have to use that name. Okay, insert another text box. So I will go to the design tab and then click on control and then click on text box. I will click here to insert another text box, open the property sheet, and then it changed the name of this text box to txt car sale count, and then press on tab, and then I will type equals count. There is a function in Access that is called count. Remember, you need to use the function recommendation, which is the second one, and then you will need to count what? Find out how many cars do you get when you select a specific IDs. So that will be basically give you the number of cars. So you can choose any field, right? But I will choose the make field for this scenario. So I will open square bracket and then choose the make, and then close the square bracket and then close the parentheses. Again, if I press Shift F2, that will give me a better idea of what I have in this box, and then save and close form sub car sale. So you click on save and then close the property sheet, and then close the form sub here. Now let's see what we have next. Open the form customer, right, in design view. I am in design view. Add calculated controls to the main form. How do we do that? Add calculated controls to the main form. How? Basically, you will need to insert a text box and change the caption to number of cars. So I will go to controls and then text box here, and then I will actually, before I do that, let me move this subform a little bit down here. Alright, and then now I will go to control text, and then I will add my first text here. Make sure that you use the right arrow to position it, and this grid is very helpful because it tells you exactly the alignments. Alright, and now I will go to property sheets, and you need to find the caption. Right, this is basically the caption is the text that appears in this area here. So basically, an easy way to do that, you just double click on the item immediately instead of looking at the millions or thousands of properties, and that will make it easy for you. What is the caption? It is called number of cars, and then press enter. So that is the first caption. Alright, it says here insert a text box and change the caption to number of cars. Click unbound box, so you click on inside this box here, and then click beside the control source in the property sheet. Perfect. So you make sure that unbound is active, and then you go to property sheet, and then you go to all here, and then you go to the control source. Alright, now we are getting advanced. We are digging into most of the options that we have inside our database, and now we are covering the form section. So open the expression builder. To open the expression builder, you click on these three dots, and then you go to the form here. One second, it says here that you need, let me look, I gave you a demo for the items that you need to select. So basically you need to click on form subcar sale. Do you know what? I need to save the form. I need to save everything here. Let me run it. Alright, for some reason the application was a little bit not responding, so now I opened it again. Let me cover the item I already covered before. In this unbound section here, you go, make sure that you open the property sheet and click on all, and then go to source control, click on the expression builder icon here, and then it choose form customer, and then look now when I restarted the application, instead of having the report icon, now I have the correct form, which is the correct subform. And here you need to look for the actual item that you would like to have for this, which is going to be, I'm getting the number of cars. So number, it means that I'm getting the count. So text car sale count, and then you will need to select the value. Double click on value here and then click on OK. Perfect. Now open the expression builder and double click on, then click OK as shown. So again, let me do that one more time. It doesn't matter. Make sure I delete everything I have here. I will go to form and then go to text. Double click on here, basically the same thing, and then click on OK to make sure that we are on the safe side. Now it says add another text box in form customer. So you will go to control again, click on text box, and then add another one here. And it says here change the caption to total sales amount. So you go to here as we did before, type total sales amount, and then in the unbound section here, guess what you need to get? You need to get the sum. So you click on, you go to make sure that this is selected, and then go to all, and then click on the expression builder, and then expand form customer, click on subform, and then go down here and look for the total sale, double click on it, and then click on OK. I know I'm going a little bit fast, but I'm trying to make sure that the video is not too long. You can rewind and go back and look at what I covered to make sure that you get this and understand it. This is very important, by the way. This is very important feature in forms. Make sure that you resize to auto fit the contents. So I will go ahead and save first. Make sure save and then open the form. I will go ahead and close the property sheet, and then after you save, you need to run your form as you see here. And once you run your form, you should be able to get the values. The reason this is freezing all the time because this is a long video, that's why it's doing that. But let me go ahead and alright, now as you can see it here, if I go to if I select different ID from here, look what happens. This is magic, right? That's what I expect you to do. And at the end you go to design view here, and then make sure that you change the tab order. You go to design and then click on tab order, and make sure that this is the order that you really need to your cursor to move once you press tab. If you would like to move something or change it, you click on it and then put it somewhere above or below to rearrange the order. What is the tab order? That's basically when you go to a location inside your form and then press tab, how your tab cursor will move. So that's basically, let's me look at the instructions here. Do we have anything else? It says open the form, and it should look like what you see in the instructions here, and then save it and upload it to Blackboard. That takes us to the end of this lab. I know this lab was basically one of the longest labs so far, but it is very important, and I hope you did learn something new today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the future. Bye bye everyone.